Heard you made off with something called a savior.
Hello. Let me guess. You missed me. You couldn't stay.
Now the mighty hero awakens. Let's go.
Jump complete. Propulsion restored.
Seals are good, air pressure good. And we're docked. We're on our own again. Board is clear. We're docked. The key is just about the most dangerous place in the galaxy. Well, maybe a black hole, but the key is second.
So there I am. See security on my tail, and my grab drive just...
Need a drink? Bug at the last.
All right, Jazz. What do you got?
According to the latest, the comm spike is being developed at UC Star Station SY-920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jimson. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY-920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
In that case, I think I'll just wave hello.
Definitely. We're talking cargo depots, star yards, research stations, and, like in SY-920's case, military outposts. I've never seen someone new to the game have so many contacts. It's the reason we let her join up in the first place. I don't know how she accomplished that. We've been trying to crack some of those places for years. I sure hope so. Because she might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it. We paid good money for the information, so I'm sure it works. And if it doesn't, a certain source at Mast is gonna have to deal with a very pissed off Neva, and that would be the end of that. You just bring the tech here, I'll do the rest.
Oh, and one more thing. SY-920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it. She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Juan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan. Are you kidding? The UC's already painted giant red crosshairs on our backs. Keyway and his pals at SysDef won't rest until we're dead. It's not like you can make them any angrier at us, right? Shoot the place full of holes if you want. Just bring back that comm spike. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Oh, okay. You'll make sure? More like, get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay. I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better. The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants. Stay sharp, Rook.
In the fleet, you either put up.
I bet Cora's already finished the pre-flight checklist. That's my girl.
Your ship smells so much better than Dad's. Like, a lot.
Unlatched, free and clear.
So, what's the point?
Welcome to yourself here. Understand?
I've got no complaints. Got a new job.
I take it your neighbor's new recruit? Ah, you must not be used to pirates being so cordial. But in the heart of New Atlantis, we have to do our best to keep up appearances. I can't afford to be as rough as some of our cohorts. It's bad for business. Don't we all? Let's try not to be each other's wrenches. SY-920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions. Good. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
Well, at least you're upfront about it. I've worked with folks who'll say they got your back and leave you holding them back.
Exactly. Telling you now will prepare you for what's to come. There's no safety net on this climb. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY-920, you can't come and go as you please. I'd like to, but I need to keep a low profile. In my experience, the more people know about you, the more they have over you. True, but silence is a powerful thing. I find the best way to get to know someone is to watch them work. Talking just muddies the picture. Anyways, I appreciate the small talk. Delgado's crew aren't usually so chatty. But let's keep our focus on the mission. We can swap bar stories and share scars when we've got enough creds to buy the bar and fix the scars.
I don't know if I have the time.
Only what I've been told. Get you on the SY-920, get you out if I can. That being said, I can be a better guide if I know what it is we're after. So, it's up to you. Fine by me. If this goes bad, the less I know, the better. And if I do get caught, there'll be nothing to confess to. Enough to be on a first-name basis with the Marines working the comms. It also helps they want us to dock. The cargo ship means supplies, special requests, slates from home. In the void of space, a cargo hauler is a soldier's best friend. We'll talk more on the ship.
Board's green. Ready for what comes next.
Okay. Hello. always looking for the next mark.
Howdy.
All right, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to. Of course, I don't expect it to be.
Even I can keep my mouth shut if the occasion warrants it. What? I'm serious.
Right. I don't anticipate them boarding the ship, but even if they do, they won't be looking at the crew. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it. All right, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff. Routing power to engine and grab drive. All systems go.
We'll graph jump the SY-920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract
Glad you're in the
my
fleet.
earlier statement.
If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
Do you need all of that?
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship DUC 793A, requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock at docking bay 2.
Looks like we're clear. We'll talk more once we're docked. Okay, we're in. First things first, the station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform, and to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone. Provided you haven't sounded the alarm, then yeah, like I said, if you can find an intercom, I'll keep a channel open. This is a star station, so there are plenty of ventilation ducts you can slither into. As far as tactics go, it's an oldie, but goodie. I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Yes, what?
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Galaxy's too big. I wouldn't say no to it. No, that's it then.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks. Cargo? We need a lot of cargo to keep a station this size running.
So many crates. Looks like I'm gonna have to work another shift.
Hold up. This area is for SY-920 military only. The contents and operations of the facility are classified. Only uniformed personnel are allowed beyond the checkpoint. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. Commander Natara would notice, and then she'd have my head. Then where are they now? And what order are they in? Backwards? Because I haven't seen anything to corroborate your story. Nobody told me. Figures, the way the chain of command's been shuffled so much. Again? This isn't the first time they've done this. It was the same last time Vogel brought on new pilots. All right, fine. You're good. Just be quick about it. That goes for your friend, too.
Appreciate it. We don't like getting split up.
Another day, another patrol.
Why do they even bother locking it?
The Marines on this station are some of the best in the galaxy. Hey, authorized personnel only. Access to the command bay is limited to SY-920 military only. No unauthorized personnel, no exceptions. Right, if you were Admiral Pasquale Logan, then yeah, I would wave you on through. But unless you left your chest candy on your other uniform, you're about 10 medals short of Admiral. Rules haven't changed. Authorized personnel only, no exceptions. Only designated SY-920 UC military allowed. You're not even in uniform. Rules haven't changed. Authorized personnel only. No exceptions. Let's hope I see a Marine next time.
You gotta drop some of that.
Yeah.
Upgrading security here is one of Commander Natara's big initiatives.
Is all that junk really necessary?
Heavy weapons aren't just about strength. They're about backbone. With the change in leadership, security's been beefed up. Even the checkpoints have checkpoints.
Soldiers smuggling personal items into the station. I doubt it. UC Marines are way too disciplined.
It's tough. SY-920 Marines are handpicked. Maintain off security. Most of the people are working on the assignment.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu. Adam, if you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. That'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
We can always use the vents. On a station this big, there's lots of ways to sneak through.
I concur. I've never been one for remembering codes anyway. Just remember to step lightly and keep your heartbeat slow. Going dark for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
You headed down to the engineering bay. Well, you better hurry. You know what they say, Marine. I don't know you, Ensign. You sure you have clearance? If you're 15 minutes early, still 10 minutes.
You can stand to drop a few pounds, and I don't mean a diet.
How are the tests for the comms spike going?
Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident. Not to change the subject, but are we
potential leaks? No. Until you can provide more substantial proof, we'll simply monitor the situation at the farm. For now, I'd recommend it to Dr. Vogel to contact me immediately if he identifies any suspicious leaks.
Time to tell Cora we're back.
You here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. It's nothing you've done. You've managed to get through the entire station without raising a single alarm. But the longer I stick around, the more people ask questions. And that's before they find out what you've been up to. Sorry, but the situation calls for it. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. I don't know what you're after, but my guess is you're looking for a scientist. It might even help if you pick up a lab coat and use it to blend in. You do that, and you won't be just burning this bridge. You'll be ejecting it straight into a supernova. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
Yes, what?
make that look too damn easy.
So, what's this big project you're working on?
Well, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Really? Couldn't you just trust me?
Nope. Right off the airlock.
Talk to the commander. Get me reinstated. The Tsar's doing you a favor, Marcine. Would you have preferred a court-martial? Dishonorable discharge? Because all of that was on the table. I would have preferred things to remain as they were, so I made a mistake. But my work on the Comspike was and is irrelevant. Dr. Vogel will do just fine without you. Besides, we both know the only reason you were on that project was to bloat the budget so we could embezzle the creds. And to that end, your share of the funds should be transferred to your GalBank account shortly. What am I supposed to even say to that? Those funds are the reason I don't have a job. You can start by saying thank you. Hell, I even warned you not to poke the bear. Commander Natara being the Ursine predator in this analogy. Aaron was right.
Doctor?
I should have never hit send. Yeah, you screwed up. Royally. But you can protect Dr. Gong and all the King's subjects.
How did you manage to carry all that?
Keeping your mouth shut.
Master, tighten security on the station.
Yeah.
Orders are orders.
Hey, you want my advice? On some planet at the edge of the galaxy where you can relax for a bit. Lean back.
Test pilots only beyond this point.
Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign? The sign outside that says no visitors. Wait, did they not put that up? I requested it ages ago, but not surprising. Ever since Commander Natara took over, the priorities have changed. Oh yes, I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first grav jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once. Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the Comspike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology. Well, yes, in the same way the Almagest is a book on constellations and a supernova is an explosion in space. The greatest scientific minds the UC has to offer did not congregate to this station to build just a module. The brightest engineers in the settled systems did not get transferred to this station to build just a module.
None of this sounds cheap. I guess we know where all your UC tax creds are going.
True, but just because the funding is military doesn't mean the applications will be limited to that. A rising tide lifts all boats. I was speaking English. Maybe you weren't paying attention. I'll repeat myself. The comm spike is a decryption module. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure. Yes, you could, but why would you want to kill birds? Seems needlessly cruel, don't you think? However, that might make you the ideal candidate to be one of our test pilots. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST. Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. Commander Natara has never once shown me any favor. Why would she start now? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that phrase. I've never even seen a horse, but from what I've read, they would make for very poor pilots. And how did you overcome the administrative hurdles? Grav drives have never been able to fly past the belts of bureaucracy. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. Now, if you don't have any further business, I have a sign I need to commission. Steal the comm spike? Why? Who is this person? Damn space pirates! Say no more. I will contact Commander Natara immediately.
Are you training for some sort of weightlifting competition?
Commander Natara, this is Dr. Vogel.
What is it now, Doctor?
We have an intruder on board. Captain Juan Dayu is not who she says. Apparently, she's with the Crimson Fleet. And she's after my comm spike.
Don't worry, Doctor. We'll sound the alarm and have a strike team directed toward the cargo bay.
Good. I have a pilot here. I'll have them secure the prototype. Make sure it's safe. You are a pilot, aren't you? You've got the look at least. Take this key card. It'll give you access to Docking Bay 8. I need you to make sure my prototype is safe.
This is Commander Natara. Strike team units head to the cargo bay immediately. This is a red... Alert. I repeat, this is a red alert.
Yes? Looking for more test pilots?
Yes, if you have experience flying, you should talk to Dr. Vogel.
I've flown a discovery class, but I'm not familiar with it. Commander Natara runs the ship, and we respect the chain of command.
Everything looks clear.
Hey.
Why does all the action happen upstairs? I'd love to shoot you some...
That's why 920 Marines are handpicked.
All right, Gumdrop?
On Commander Natara's orders, all ships continue pursuit of Captain Juan Dayu. Cargo class ship ID UC-793A. She's with the Crimson Fleet and should be considered extremely dangerous.
I have things for you. Smooth jump. Nice work. Nice clean dock, Captain.
Well, well, well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here. That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to take her.
In the fleet, you either put up, shut up, or die.
Surprised to see me, Rat? Delgado may let it slide, but I don't take kindly to snitches. There's always a choice. You made yours. If the time comes you ever need my help, I'll make mine. You screwed me out of the most lucrative route I have. It's going to take me months to set up something even remotely as good. Not to mention getting the UC off of my trail. Neva also told me you were competent. So that's just another name I can add to my list. You may have fooled Delgado and Neva, but I don't trust you, Rook. At this point, you better find that legacy. Because to me, that's the only saving grace you've got.
You want to? Now you buy from me. Let's get you set up. Stay safe out there.
Always listen to Delgado.
I hope you're not wasting time on small talk when there are jobs to run. Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the Comspike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Don't worry your pretty little head about your damn ship. We had it brought back here safe and sound. Now pay attention. Dale went out of his way to tell you how impressed he was. You just gonna leave him hanging like that? Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She's actually pretty pissed, in case you didn't notice. Claims you blew her cover.
If Juan doesn't like how things have gone, and she wants to bail on her share, that's her problem. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comspike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4. It's all we got. Now you are part of this job, so deal with it. Besides, I've learned never to question Jasmine's talent. It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
You damn right she can. My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, neighbor. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash. You'll find I rarely imply things. In fact, I take pleasure in declaring my words straight to your goddamn face. Here is an example. I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Are we pirates or politicians? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
If I wanted someone to commit petty crimes and snatch purses, I wouldn't be asking you. Take it as a compliment.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
The fleet protects our ward, but you turn on.
You see, you'll never crush the fleet.
I picked up something you might be interested in. All green on release. We're free to fly. Drive spinning down. Systems green.
We're docked.
Excuse me.
Pardon.
Wherever the Crimson Fleet go, we'll follow.
Remember to turn in any evidence fragments you find.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. Betraying Juan Dayu for cover was a dangerous gambit, but it seems to have paid off. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process. Lieutenant Toft can explain.
We have operatives watching the Crimson Fleet's known contacts at all times. In this case, they observed you making contact with Juan. They continued to shadow your progress until you made your departure from New Atlantis on the Jade Swan. And, if I may, I'd like to echo the Commando's sentiment. I have some comrades on SY-920, and I appreciate the restraint you showed by sparing their lives.
As you've probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier. But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
We put a lot of effort into it. Hard not to like this guy.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Kryx's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike. That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing, but at the moment, I'm far more concerned about the comm spike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem? The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake. The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the Lock, touched off by Jasper Kryx, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and MAST will authorize an all-out assault.
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. You've already come this far, which makes you the most resourceful operative in SysDef's history.
If we move in and attack the fleet now, we might not have the resources to bring them down. In addition, they're holding all the tech you need to get to Kryx's legacy, so the smartest move is to let you get to it and then bring it to us.
I'm confident that once Kryx's legacy is in our possession, we'll get the support we need from my superiors to take the fleet down. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
A lot of us had our doubts about you. But you're really making progress with this operation. Sentiments are shifting. I'm not worried about the fleet taking the comm spike. Not like they have the brains to use it.
I wouldn't want to be there at MAST when the commander has to explain taking the comm spike. Hope this is all worth it.